Hi guys, give me half a minute. I'll just start off whether everything is fine. In case you are watching this, just let me know if you can see this. I will go ahead and start this. Mm, Let me just go to the watch page and check whether everything is fine. Okay, it seems that this is fine. All right. I think this is going to be the new sort of reality for all of us, at least for some time, because we know what this disease is all about. I don't think I need to tell anything to anyone of you about this disease. A couple of things before I start off with. This is my personal opinion, and I would request you to follow it if you agree to this particular opinion, uh, irrespective of whether you agree with whatever the government is doing or whether the government is not doing anything about it. Please stay at home. Okay, there is no point trying to prove to the world that your immunity is greater than anyone else's, or that uh, we Indians have some sort of a better immunity than the rest of the world, or that even whether to help us compared to uh, what is happening to the rest of the world. So there is very little evidence that this virus is actually affected by heat. Uh, there is very little information about whether this is going to be able to survive humidity or not survive humidity. So with that in case, let's begin. Now, uh, coronavirus is going to devastate almost the entire world's economy. Okay, once this virus is done with, you will see a lot of economies going through a lot of pain. So this is just the beginning of it. We as When it comes to the economic pain aspect of it, we have not even begun to see the full damage which is which is going to be unleashed by this particular virus. uh, so a lot of people have asked us whether they want to uh, whether it's a right thing to go to a particular college or not, right? Let's put things into perspective. I went through the 2008 recession, and I have seen the damage which is done to the economies of a lot of countries by this recession. Okay, and I would say that the recession which is going to come once this virus uh, is conquered, and we will conquer this virus. We don't know at what stage it will be done, but we will eventually conquer this virus. The damage is going to be much greater than what the 2008 financial recession did. Right, that was largely to the financial sector and some additional sectors which were there. This is basically going to affect everything, right? You will find very few industries which will be unaffected by this, or even if those industries which right now think that they are going to do better than the other industries are going to be affected by those industries. So whether you look at food delivery businesses which think that they are not going to be affected, in fact a lot of them are going to get an uptick. You see online businesses, online supermarkets, etc., online delivery stores, whether if they think that they are not going to be affected by by this, eventually they are going to serve customers who will be affected by this by this virus. So you will have to go through that pain for quite a bit of time. With that in mind, if you actually have a college, if you actually have a college with you right now, right? If you have a convert right now, it might make sense to actually go and join that college. Does it mean that you go and join any college as such? Not exactly, right? Let us look at what you can actually do to understand which are the colleges which you should apply to, which are the colleges which you might want to reject. Uh, the college application cycle is going to be delayed. The admission cycle is going to be delayed. Very few colleges have actually come out with their results. A lot of the IIMs still have a lot of interviews to conduct, and all those interviews are going to be affected. If you are looking at, say, April first week, when the virus, when we are back up, most of the businesses are back up, then we will say that and then you will probably still be able to start the college somewhere around June. But if the interviews are not completed by, say, mid of April or end of April, you will see the next academic session definitely being pushed back by at least one or maybe even uh, 1 month or maybe even longer amount of time. So there is going to be a huge rush once the virus gets over. A lot of your interviews, if you have your interviews remaining, all those interviews are going to get scrambled. They're going to get rescheduled. There might be some colleges who might want to try online interviews as well. So please make sure that you are prepared for those interviews also. Now, when it comes to uh, the question of whether to join the college or how to fund your education, we have done quite a few sessions on which colleges to choose, how to go about funding your education. But I'll still repeat uh, for those who have not seen any of those videos. Roughly 1 lakh rupees of if you take a loan of about 1 lakh rupees at the current rates of interest, even though the rate of interest might be a little lower once you actually apply for it. Uh, Roughly somewhere between 1500 to 1800 rupees is the EMI per month for a 7 year sort of a loan at current rate of interest. So on an average, most people take up about 10 to 12 lakhs of loans. So if you're looking at 10 lakh rupees of loans to be repaid, you're looking at about 15 to 18,000 rupees a month of EMI once you have completed your college. This is assuming that you service the interest over the loan EMIs, service your loan during the time that you're studying, then your payments will go a little higher. But if you service the interest portion of your loan even while you're studying, you're looking at EMI of 15 to 18,000 rupees a month. Is this with this in mind, what should be the average starting salary that you're looking to get? Let's assume that you're going to get, say, 75,000 rupees a month. 75,000 rupees a month is about 9 lakh rupees a year. This is assuming that you're getting 75,000 rupees before your taxes are there. And there are no bonuses or performance related incentives or any of those components which are there. If you're looking at 75,000 rupees a month, 15,000 to 20,000 goes in your loan EMIs. So you're left with roughly about 60 to 55,000 rupees a month. If you're going to be placed in a city like Bombay or Delhi or Bangalore, average rents will be somewhere around 15 to 20,000 rupees your share. If you are sharing with it, if you are not sharing with other people, then your loan EMIs, your rents might go higher. So another 15, 20,000 odd god. So you're already down by 30 to 35,000 already. So from that 75,000, you're looking at 40,000 rupees a month, right? Which you will have to service other parts. Taxes will be there, right? At current rate of taxation, your taxes might come to about uh, 8 to 12,000 rupees a month for a 9 lakh rupees, 9 lakh rupees a year, 9 lakh rupees a year sort of a salary. Another, say, let's for convenience sake assume 10,000 rupees, another 10,000 rupees gone. You're looking at about 30,000 rupees in hand left for your spending. For this, you have to pay for your food, pay for your entertainment, pay for your internet, pay for your personal expenses, all those things. 30,000 rupees is your spending ability is going to be there for a 75,000 sort of a per month sort of a salary. Your spending power will be somewhere around 45, somewhere around 50 to 55,000 rupees a month, right? So this component is what you're looking for. If you're taking a 10 lakh rupees sort of a loan, you want your initial starting salary to be somewhere about 9 lakh rupees per year or 10 lakh rupees per year or higher. This is a rough benchmark over there. There can be certain exceptions which can be made because uh, the economy might actually grow better than what it is today. I mean, 2 years from now, very likely that your economy is going to go better than what it is today. So please, if you think that, if you are doubtful that, uh, you will not be able to get a better college, or you are iffy that is it worth it, those sort of questions, take up the college, right? I'm talking about colleges in the top 70 odd colleges in the country. We have a list of all the colleges. You can go to our website and or you can go to our YouTube page. We have the list of all those colleges which are available. Go through that. That is for sure. Now, specific colleges which I have been asked about are TAPME, IMT Ghaziabad, specifically the DCP program, and some of the symbiosis colleges have given out their results. IMT Ghaziabad, the dual country program has roughly the same placements as the original program. In fact, very few companies differentiate between whether you are from the dual country program or for the regular program. However, that said, the dual country program adds somewhere between 6 to 10 lakh rupees to your tuition fees. More, moreover, uh, because the first year is usually outside of the country, we don't know whether how the travel is going to happen in this particular year. So I'm not very sure whether the dual country program might be able to start on time, or uh, might probably be absorbed with uh, into the regular IMT program. So we don't know exactly what is happening over there. So there is a lot of uncertainty with regards to dual country program, because one semester has to be in Dubai. There is, I think, Singapore and Australia are also there. Singapore and I think Dubai is the most place. Singapore, Australia is actually the three country program of SPCAN. Sorry. So dual country program has will have some problems because of the situation which is in Dubai. Assuming that the virus goes through, I think it's a good program to take up if you can afford that extra 10 lakh rupees of fees which is given to you. Now, on the other hand, if you already have an IMT Ghaziabad convert, say a marketing or a finance, that depends on what choice you gave, right? You can expect some waitlist movements as and when it comes up. But besides that, if you are looking at IMT Ghaziabad as a college per se, while there was a time when it was a top 30 college in the country, it is no longer a top 30 college in the country. It will probably in somewhere between 30 to 50 in the country. There are a lot of new IIMs, etc., which have come up and overtaken them. For example, the old phase of new IIMs, Ranchi, Raipur, Trichy, Kashipur, Udaipur, they are all going to be ranked higher than the dual country program. But if you're comparing a college, say a KJ with a KJ with an IMT, or if you're comparing a GIM with an IMT, or if you're going to compare a TAPME with an IMT, TAPME, GIM, KJ, somewhere they are roughly the same level, but IMT will probably the top of the bunch for all these programs. It's a very well renowned uh, program. If you are in the top 75% of the batch, you will going to get awesome placements, roughly more than 11 to 12 lakh rupees a year. So it's a pretty comfortable sort of a program. If you have reached if you are in the top 75% of the batch, they are going to be comfortably placed. If you do even better, your salaries will only go up. Very nice set of very vast network of alumni. It's a pretty pedigreed program. I think if you are looking for a college which is in the top 50, probably which will have very good reputation in the market, a safe sort of a program, IMT Ghaziabad is a program which you should definitely look at. Now, the next question was about TAPME. With TAPME, my concern is again the size of the batch, just as with IMT. Now, IMT is located in the Delhi NCR region. So, as you go lower and lower down the rung of colleges, the location actually matters. It matters for a couple of reasons, not only for placement purposes, it also in terms of corporate exposure and in terms of the projects that you can get. While we do get online projects and uh, side internships while you're studying in a B school, if you actually are in a metro or in a large city, there will be advantages in the sense like you will have an option. Suppose you're not placed properly from your college, right? Or you're not happy with the placements of your college. Many a times you might want to go out and apply to smaller companies which are there, which may not be able to come to your college, right? So, and there are a lot more smaller companies in and around the NCR region than it will be in a place like, say, Manipal or Goa or something like that. Obviously, online has reduced quite a bit of those barriers, but still, in terms of location wise, I would say Delhi still beats somebody like a Manipal or a Goa for the education purposes, not for the living and other purposes as such, but for the education purposes, specifically for a B school, that will that will be there. I will answer your question, Abhi. Just give me some time. I am earning 50K now. I have a job as such, so I will answer that particular question a little later. Now, the second thing which you want to look at comes to when it comes to TAPME is there are a lot of other programs besides the basic PGDM program. You have this BKFS program, and I think you have a healthcare management program, and all other programs are also there. Their programs might not get the same amount of placements uh, as say the regular program will get. Again, the regular program used to be a very good program. People used to go and like people used to look at that as a particular uh, people used to look at that as a very uh, good option. But over the years, again, because there are a lot of IIMs which have come up, there are a lot of smaller IIMs which have come up, and the IITs have actually grown up. You would probably see in about 4 to 5 years' time, the top 50 colleges will be only IIMs and IITs, right? Because there are so many of them which have come up, you will probably see over the next 5 to 7 years, the top 50 colleges will, all the IIMs and IITs will be in the top 50. Over there, you will have colleges, the old big colleges like NM, NMDI, SPJAN, etc., will continue to be there, but they will start dominating the rankings over there. So these private level colleges will keep on going down the ranks as and when the newer IIMs come up and they are accepted in the market. And this is what TAPME is also. If you are 90 percentile, this is your second or third attempt towards CAT, I would suggest go and join TAPME. And if you have TAPME or an IMT available, I would suggest go and join those two colleges over there. If you are taking a break, you have taken a break in the past year, it is very unlikely that you are going to be able to find another job. Uh, it's going to be extremely difficult for you to find a job in the next 3 to 6 months. There are going to be hiring freezes. As I said, the country is going to go through a painful period. We may not be as badly affected as the other countries, but it is definitely going to be a pain point over there. So uh, if you are thinking that you have already taken a drop, you have something like like an IMT or a TAPME in hand with you, I would suggest go and take it up because the next 6 to 8 months is going to be very risky, right? In fact, for even for people who are actually looking at whether to take up CAT again another year, by taking a break, think 10 times before leaving the job at this particular point of time, because it's very unlikely that you're going to get another job very soon, right? So unless you have a job in hand already, I'm not sure whether the job will be honored by the company, because a lot of companies have put hiring freezes suddenly. Don't know what is actually going to happen to all these parts. So there is uncertainty in the economy. It is probably better to go to a B school, ride out the tough times, come back out 2 years down the line when the economy is a little bit more stable, and you will definitely be able to find a better job in that period of time. Now, we have some amount of time with us in terms of, for those who are still preparing for the interview, and even for those who are going to be joining B schools somewhere around June, or middle of uh, middle of June, or end of June, whenever the colleges reopen. So I am not taking it inside my house because there is washing machine running in. So I'm sitting outside. So uh, please do bear with me. Now, what is what you can do in this next 3 to 4 months? A lot of people actually ask me, what should I do in the next 3 to 4 months, given that I'm actually at home, because everyone is working from home these days, and you have 3 to 4 months before you join the college, or even when you're preparing for your interviews, most of them are sure that I'm going to clear that interview, etc. Now, there are a couple of things which you can look at while uh, you are in those yeah, a lot of you. I'm sorry for the connection drop if there was any. Uh, a lot of you are going to get. A lot of you are going to be professionally networking with people over there. So I would suggest look at the type of companies which you want to get into once you graduate out of your college. Whether, first of all, whether that company comes to your college, and if it does, what are the type of roles which it gets, and uh, which of them actually interest you. Now, there are multiple ways that you can do it. uh, First way to go through and do it will be actually go to the LinkedIn profiles of some of your the future college alumni themselves. What are the type of roles that they are getting? Look at the type of certifications that you're those are that they have gotten, right? There are certain certifications which are going to be evergreen. There are certain skills which are going to be awesome over there, which are very vital for somebody who's who's going to join a management program. The first skill is to look at data and presentation. So Excel and Microsoft PowerPoint, those are the two things which is going to be bread and butter for you all through your life. If you are an MBA degree, if you are looking for anything related to management or a corporate career these days, basic skill required for Microsoft Excel and PowerPoint is a bare minimum. So you can look at quite a few courses available. Given that a lot of you are very mature and you want practice sort of a courses, I like LinkedIn's learning program courses over there. So if you don't have LinkedIn Premium, you can take up LinkedIn Premium. It's 1 month free. So first 1 month free, it comes up with LinkedIn Learning. There are a lot of online an upgrad or a Simply Learn is going to give. Right. So these are practical courses which will basically give you hands-on real life experience on how to use this particular software. So they have these essential trainings for all these various software which are available. They also have quite a few management related courses. For example, how to learn digital marketing, how to create a video, or how to market your content. All those things are very nice. They're pretty simple, easy to use, 1.5 to 2 hour sort of courses. Please go through those courses. So LinkedIn Learning is something which you should look at. If you're looking at gaining certifications in particular areas, there are some really hot topics. If you are in tech and you are into some sort of coding, adding certain additional things to your adding certain skill set might be very useful. For example, if you're looking at, if you already know something like a C or a Java, you can pick up languages like Python and R pretty easily. They are very easy languages to pick up. Go ahead. You also have a lot of YouTube videos also. But the good part about LinkedIn Learning is there is some sort of certifications which you can complete and put it up on your profile. So it shows that you have done something over there. Then you can move on to getting some projects over there. If you're looking for certain projects in these areas, you can actually go and uh, you can probably go and enroll for a Coursera sort of a program. So that's a more structured university sort of program over there. So you will be taught as if you're taught in a college, right? You'll have to go through lectures, you'll have to complete assignments, then you'll have to do a project, and only then you're going to get the final certification. So that's a more long-term sort of a project. If you want to do a more in-depth sort of learning, for quick and dirty sort of learning, I would suggest something like a LinkedIn Learning to be a better option than say a Coursera. Now, in terms of other skills which you can pick up in this 3 to 4 months that you have available with you, uh, please try to improve your writing skills. You're going to be required to write a lot of reports. You are going to be required to submit a lot of reports over there in your college also. So pick up your writing skills. There are again basic writing courses which are available, technical writing courses, casual writing courses. They are all available in the uh, uh, on the uh, on the LinkedIn Learning platform, as well as quite a few online courses are available. Okay, there is some sort of error in my connection. So, okay. Uh, Also try to pick up some sort of learning besides the writing part. Also try to pick up certain things which will be relevant to the type of specialization that you're looking at. For example, if you're looking at finance as a specialization, try to see what the CFA courses are. We have done a session on CFA in the Prep Talk series. Please go and look at them. You will be able to see that. If you're looking at marketing per se, you might want to look at basics of brand management. You might want to look at digital marketing, all those things. Those courses again available on Coursera, EDX, quite a few platforms they are available. Then you also have courses. Yeah, if you're looking at something uh, like operations, etc., again all these platforms do provide some basic level courses. You might want to upgrade your skills as much as possible. See, the aim is, even if you are not going to do it, somebody else in your classmate your somebody of your classmate is going to do it. So if you're thinking that I've cracked a particular college, my job is over, no, it is not going to be over. You are going to be competing with a lot of people. Okay, an average B school, any B school on an average has roughly about 400 students. That's what you need to figure out at this point of time. This is a very good time for you, because unlike other times when you actually would be traveling around and seeing India and figuring out, what are your goals, etc. Personally, this is a very nice time for you to reflect on where you stand professionally and how to gain more skills. It's an opportunity. Please do take it up as such. There was one specific question. A government job is a very good job. I think I can you personally or text you personally for more details if you let me know. Whether it's a government job or a private job, jobs today are really precious. Jobs do tell people that you are able, if you're preparing your along with your working and you're not leaving the job in between to prepare for CAT as such, it shows one skill is that you can manage multiple projects, you can multitask. That's a very vital skill for you in this particular day and age. You are multi-talented, multifaceted. So don't leave a job just to prepare for uh, CAT. We would look at that particular set of questions for people who are preparing for CAT 2020. In we'll be looking at questions regarding people who are preparing for CAT 2020 in the next session, which is at 11:30. Uh, Again, if you like it, please do share it with your friends. please don't go out of the house under any circumstances. You're not only harming yourself, you might harm somebody who is very near or dear to you, and you will regret it. You're literally going to be having blood in your hands, right? So, request, please, please stay at home. Goodbye. See you at 11:30.